ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as.
After you've created your contact list, you can then copy and paste that list into the calendar that you're going to share, because that way you don't actually have to add each individual email. So what I'm going to do is highlight these emails, and I'm going to copy them, and then I'm going to come up to my all-important black bar up here, and I'm going to select Calendar. This will direct me to my calendar, and I'm going to come over here to my list of calendars that I've created, and I'm going to quickly create a new calendar. I know that you've learned how to do this in another video, but in order to show that I can share this calendar with my contacts, I'm going to create one. So I'm going to select Create New Calendar, and then I'm going to enter the name of my calendar on the very first box that's selected, and I'm going to title this calendar 8th Grade English 2012-2013. Right now it also gives you the option of describing it, changing the time zone. You don't need to worry with any of that. But down here it'll say share this calendar with others, and it gives you the option of making this calendar public, which means you can share it with anyone on the web, or sharing this calendar with everyone in the organization Westmark School. Now, you can do that if you're creating a calendar that relates to everyone, but because this is my specific 8th grade English class, let me spell English right, sorry. This is my particular 8th grade English class. I'm not going to want to share that with everyone. So I'm going to come down here to where it says share with specific people. And since I've already copied my contact list, I can paste it right into that box, and then I don't have to enter each email manually. And then I'm going to hit enter. So those emails are automatically pop up. Then I'm going to come over to the side, and the side, it gives me a couple of options about how these members of this calendar can access this calendar. If I want to allow Mary Beth, for example, to make changes and decide who she wants to share the calendar with, I would change it to make changes and manage sharing. If I wanted to allow her to make changes to certain events in the calendar, I could choose make changes to events. But because this is my specific English class and not her specific English class, I want her to be able to see what's going on in my class so she can compare what's going on with her class, but I don't want her to be able to make changes to mine. So I'm going to go ahead and choose See All Event Details. And you'll probably want to add that setting to your students as well. There's an even more private option, which is to see only free/busy, so that a student, let's say you were scheduling an appointment with a student and you didn't want them to see which student you had made the appointment with, it would show that you were busy at that time, but wouldn't show you which student you were meeting with. But because we're focusing more on homework calendars, you're going to want to go ahead and allow your students to see all event details. So select all event details, and then once you have selected those options, you're going to come to Create Calendar, and then your calendar will pop up on this list of my calendars. So once that's created and shared, let's say that you already have the calendar created and now you just want to share it with your groups, you're going to come to this arrow, select the option Share this calendar. Because we're not creating the calendar, we only have half of the menu from earlier, but you want to come back to Share with specific people, unless you want to make it public or share it with Westmark School. And you can add in an additional email. Let's say I want Jen Spellman to be able to see this as well. So I would enter Jen Spellman, or if I had my contact group, I would have copied and pasted it then and entered it here. I'll select that name. Her name will pop up at the bottom, and I will be able to change her accessibility options, meaning she can make changes or manage sharing, or again, I just want her to see event details. So Jen is added, and I can select Save. And now all of those people will be able to see this calendar, and that's how you will share your homework calendars with your students. Also, make sure that you tell your students about this top bar right here that is the different visibility options. This is one of my favorite features of this calendar for students, because if they want to see what's going on today, they can choose the day and see only that. If they wanted to see the week, they could see what's going on for this week. If they wanted to see month, they could see what's coming. 4 days, makes it more accessible for the school week, or agenda view. I really like agenda view because for me, this makes a lot of sense. I really like all of the boxes and all the color coding, but for my students, they might actually prefer to have it in this kind of list view. I really, really like the control that students have over how their calendar is displayed. Also, what I really like is that right now I have all of these calendars selected. If I unselect these calendars and I just want to see what's going on in 8th grade English, because I haven't created an event, there's nothing, but I won't become overwhelmed with the multiple calendars that I have. I can choose to just look at that, or I can choose to see everything on one calendar. Those are the features your students will have once you've given them access to your homework calendar, and that is how you share your calendar with your students.